no. He said Colin Kaepernick. He said Colin Kaepernick's name and people are losing their fucking minds. John Elway said Colin Kaepernick's name. People are losing their fucking minds. Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am Brandon. I hate stupid questions, Perna. And today, John Elway was asked if he would consider bringing in Colin Kaepernick as the veteran quarterback when they inevitably cut Paxton Lynch. John Elway said Colin Kaepernick had his chance to be a Bronco in 2016, which is true. After reiterating that Kaepernick declined the Broncos' offer in 2016, Elway proceeded to call him Fredo Corleone for the rest of the press conference. That's good sports. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you're already subbed, click that fucking stupid notification button. You suck, you notification button, but you gotta click it. Also, I'm on Instagram at Brandon Perna, and I'm doing daily NFL updates there. Humorous stories about the NFL. Will Keys is helping me with those, so please, Instagram, if you have it, at Brandon Perna. Look, the Broncos offered Kaepernick $7 million in 2016, well below the average pay for a quarterback, and half of what Kaepernick was guaranteed to make in San Francisco that season. They tried to get the 49ers to possibly pay for the other half or some of the other money, which the Niners should have done, but they didn't. So that lowball offer to Kaepernick was made pre-anthem protest, before any of that stuff started. And had the Broncos actually paid Kaepernick what he was worth, he probably would have never protested. Kaepernick became angry the Broncos undervalued him and that he had to stay in San Francisco where it was clear he had no future, which made him mad about a lot of shit happening all over the world, which led him to protest. So really, Elway started the anthem stuff when you think about it. If you think about it that way, it is Elway's fault for the anthem. For the protests and for whoever invented the anthem. That's also Elway's fault. Now, I didn't hear this quote today or see Elway's press conference, and if I did, I wouldn't have thought twice about it. But John Elway is now trending on Twitter, and people are trying to turn this into something stupid. I'm sorry, but when a quarterback scorns John Elway and rejects him for more money to play somewhere else, John Elway never, ever forgives that man. That's just how John Elway does business. Under no circumstances would he ever take a quarterback back that rejected him who already had their chance to be a Bronco. Colin Kaepernick doesn't even make any fucking sense to be a backup in Denver right now. You don't spend $20 million on Case Keenum, then sign someone as talented as Kaepernick to back him up. When you have Chad Kelly on the rise, Swag Kelly coming up the rear. I already stated the Broncos shouldn't sign a veteran QB. They need more help in other areas, linebacker, secondary, offensive line, so keeping that roster spot open for one of those guys makes a lot more sense. Kaepernick would be really expensive as a backup. The only way the Broncos should realistically consider Colin Kaepernick is if Case Keenum gets hurt. Then he actually becomes a viable option to think about. The only important piece of info, though, you need to retain from all of this is that in 2016, John Elway had Colin Kaepernick over to his house and they had snacks while negotiating. That is real info I read today. And if anything screwed up this deal with Kaepernick, it's because Elway served him Sunny D, fruit roll-ups, and regular Doritos. And anybody who knows anything about football knows Kaepernick prefers Capri Sun, Fruit by the Foot, and Cool Ranch Doritos. What were you fucking thinking, John? Serving him Sunny D? Are you kidding me? Colin Kaepernick has the most sophisticated palate of any quarterback who's ever played the goddamn game, and you're serving him fruit roll-ups instead of Fruit by the Foot? Who the fuck is your snack liaison? That guy should be fired and embarrassed in public. Or as Paxton Lynch calls it, playing quarterback in the NFL. Finally, all I want to know is who asked this question, this stupid question. Obviously, someone who wanted this exact type of response from John Elway. You know the answer to that question is no, because it doesn't make any goddamn football or financial sense. Thank God I'm not allowed to ask John Elway questions, because if I were there, I would have said, hey John, hey Mr. Elway, do you remember that time you did the helicopter spin in the Super Bowl and then the Broncos went on to win the Super Bowl against the Packers and Pat Bowlen said, this one's for John? How awesome was that, John? Tell me about that. And had I been allowed to ask my dumb but harmless question, none of this attention, this unnecessary attention, would have been brought towards John Elway, and now the media is having a field day with it. Had I been there, I could have stopped this whole goddamn thing. But again, I am forced to live in my basement making these stupid videos. Thank you for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Subscribe here on YouTube. Our podcast is up now. Will Keys and I post podcasts every Thursday. It's on the That's Good Broncos channel. It's on iTunes, Podbean, link in the description. It's called That's Good Sports Podcast. Imagine that. Give it a listen. We talk the Broncos in the NFL every week.